Hey guys, so first and foremost, I don't want anybody to think that this is a bash video for Cyclops. They're a great company, they really stand behind their stuff. However, I have found a couple of issues that I'm going to try to remedy today, and then another one that I'm going to talk about that I might remedy in the future. So the first issue is with how the brake lines for the Camel ADV High Fender kit interface with the High Fender kit mount bracket for the Cyclops Aurora lights. And I kind of noticed this to begin with. I suppose we'll turn these off here so we can see. I've never really liked how these kind of have to ride between the fender and the light here. And initially I was kind of concerned that they would maybe get up here and get pinched. But when I sit on the bike, they actually just end up kind of sitting up against the light here. And after a bit of riding, the camera doesn't seem to want to focus on that. I've actually worn through that rubber coating on the steel braided brake lines there. And there's maybe a little bit of a mark on the ABS line too. I don't know if this would eventually rub through the metal, but I sure as heck don't want to find out. Pretty much the same thing happened on the other side here. Maybe not quite to the same extent yet, but you can see there's some definite marking there, which obviously isn't a good thing for your brake lines. So what I'm going to do today is actually just stick some fuel line on here. I think this is, I want to say 1/4 inch, but it's kind of the thick stuff. I just kind of cut this into sections and then made a slit down the center of it so I can wrap this around the lines, just like that. And then I will just slide that up over the portion that seems to be rubbing. And then I'm just going to throw some zip ties over this to keep it in place. I don't think that this is going to be able to fit up between the fender and the light. I think it's just going to end up kind of pressing up against it. I'm actually not all that sure what I'm going to do over here. I don't imagine that this is going to go over both of these very well. Maybe I'll just zip tie it right like that. You guys see what I'm doing there? Probably not. So I'll probably just zip tie the ABS sensor right in kind of the slot that I made in the bottom of the fuel line there. So you might notice that my flashes are flashing a little bit faster than they should be. So as we turn this off, don't blind anyone. And that's actually my fault. I mounted the flasher relay upside down, and it's not a sealed component, so water was sitting on the top of it when I would wash it and then soaking down into the electronic portion of it, which obviously is not good. So my signal light stopped working. I just stuck the factory one back in there, and that's why it's kind of goofy now and flashing too fast. It does seem like it works okay. It's just not really how they're supposed to be. But what I really wanted to talk about is that I think I might actually replace these signal lights. These really just are not very bright. At night, they work just fine. They're really kind of neat. They look cool on the bike. I like that they've got the, the fancy white running light. I like the neat pattern in the front. I like the fancy light up sequence that the rears do. But my issue with them is during the midday hours when the sun is bright, you just can't really see them very well. I did actually almost get rear-ended. I had somebody beeping at me because they apparently didn't see my signal light. Obviously drivers should be watching out for motorcycles and they should be paying attention to you, but we all know that they're just not. So having a light that isn't super bright, that's even just not any brighter than the standard stock lights, it's just not something that really makes me comfortable. I want something that is not going to be avoidable at all for other drivers to see. So I think I'm going to look for something a little bit brighter. I don't really have anything in mind. If you guys have anything that you can suggest, feel free to let me know in the comment box below. I would be happy to check out whatever you guys are using and whatever you think might work better. And actually another thing that I did that I haven't really mentioned, this R&G case cover here, the fill section sat actually just kind of like flush with the top of the filler plug. It was also really tight to the fill plug. And if you got any grit down in there, it was hard to see, it was hard to clean. So what I did was actually pop this cover back off and then cut this down and then Dremeled out the inside of it. So there's plenty of room to clean and there really can't be any dirt sitting up against the fill plug. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And up close it's not that pretty, but once you get further back, the stunning beauty of the Tenere is all you can notice anyways. So I'm really glad I did that. I did not like how close that was before. That really drove me nuts. And after one oil change, I decided I was not gonna deal with that again. So probably something that is worth your consideration if you have case covers. I'll keep you guys updated if I have any more problems. Thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, stay swanky, get out and enjoy this beautiful world if you can, and if you can't, check out some more videos. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button, make sure you click the bell after you subscribe so it lets you know every time I put a video out, and we'll see you next time. I'm gonna go ride. You should too. Or click a video at least.